Well, let's talk now to Simon Stickland. He runs a Civil Aviation Authority-approved drone filming company, Dragon's Eye Filming. Simon, thanks for being with us from our studio in Liverpool. Let me ask you, first of all, what do you make of the idea of introducing these kinds of regulations?
In theory, it's a good idea. The problem, as always, is the overstretched police force. Will they be given the training and the funds to catch those that will be breaking the rules? We already have rules in place, and yet there seem to be a lot of people getting away with things they shouldn't be.
What sort of things are concerning you as a kind of a legitimate operator?
Partly the costs for renewing our permissions through the CAA. Last year went up 70%, next year 40%. Hopefully this will go towards catching those that do break the law, but at the moment we're seeing very few successful prosecutions. Hopefully with the new police powers, this will be giving them the power that they need to catch those that are doing things that they shouldn't be doing.
And what are the things that they shouldn't be doing that you think do need to be stamped out?
Flying illegally too close to airports without permission, flying over towns and cities without permission. Some of the prisons have problems with things being dropped off, but tools and drones are the same thing. Drones get used to rescue people, to save people's lives, to save risk. It's how they're used.
It's how they're used and how you ensure they're used responsibly. I mean, you talked about costs, for example. You gave us, I think you said it's gone up 70%, it's going to go up another 40%. From what to what? Can you give us an idea of the sort of figures you're talking about?
It's gone up from £130 to the renewal will then be about £180.
Right.
So it's small scale, but when the costs keep going up compared to the level of service that we get, the two don't always match.
What about the argument that there's a need for safety awareness tests, that a lot of people, particularly, you know, buying a drone in a high street, we're hearing a lot about in the last hour over Christmas, and then getting it up and treating it a bit like a model aircraft, but not really knowing the risks? Yeah,
that's a very good idea. There is already the drone code in place and air navigation orders. All new drones sold in this country should have a copy of the drone code with them. It can also easily be freely found online. The drone test is a very good idea, but again, if people have to pay more money to take a drone test, those that are going to break the law won't want to do that either.
And I suppose all of that then is down to what resources, time, people are available to actually enforce that.
Exactly that, yes. It's the enforcement and the education of the public, of the flyers, and for the police forces. And
just to give us an idea of how fast this area is developing, I mean, in terms of the work you do, filming, how has the demand increased?
I started my business nearly 2 years ago. I do aerial filming. I've flown in 250,000 seabirds for the RSPB. I fly at World Heritage sites. We also do small advertising. The work is extremely varied. 3D work for films. It's a huge business, and the tools that these are and the potential that it brings for growth across the media industry to save people's lives, putting people at risk, to help people that are in trouble, that we're still looking at the better ways to use them.
Interesting stuff. Simon Stickland of Dragon's Eye Filming joining us there from our studio in Liverpool. Thanks very much for being with us on BBC News.
Thank you.